Red Stripe, Premier League. I miss one bag of gold medal pan me no. Red Stripe alone champion boy go. Pan a pour them a singing anthem. Red Stripe, watcha. Man shall I be the forward boy. Red Stripe Premier League champion boy score. Every goal when I run from boy. Red Stripe Premier League champion boy now. Pop down we run the marathon boy. The bush and never made it that the champion boy pan. Nah man I done a songsters boy. Red Stripe Premier League champion boy.
As the FIFA anthems ring out, we welcome you here to the Harbor View Mini Stadium. It's Mount Pleasant Academy going up against the home team, Harbor View. Harbor View, they are in 9th position with 26 points in the Premier League. And the Mount Pleasant coming into this round were the leaders, but have found themselves in 2nd place with a game in hand on 40 points. A draw or a win here today would see them end the 2nd round as the leaders of the Red Stripe Premier League. It's Harbor View versus Mount Pleasant here. Harbor View in yellow, Mount Pleasant in blue. Mount Pleasant trying to avenge their first game defeat to Harbor View at home in Jacksall. Harbor View with a new coach, Ludlow Bernard, in his first assignment after the sacking of Damian Stewart, the 5th coach here at Harbor View. And interestingly, Mount Pleasant lost their coach because of a loss to the said team, Harbor View. Let's take the national anthem and then we'll give you the starting lineups. There you have it, the national anthem of Jamaica, as we move to the starting lineup for both teams. As we said before, this is the 2nd meeting this season of both teams. Harbor View, they won the first game at Jacksall, winning by 1-0. And we move to the starting lineup. First we go with the away team, Mount Pleasant. Number 40, Kadeem Davis. Number 5, Ricardo Campbell. Number 3, Ladale Ritchie. Number 14, Suleiman Kala. Number 15, Kevin Isaacs. Number 17, Ronaldo Rodney. Number 11, Keston Hall. Number 19, Cardell Benbow. Number 10, Kemar Beckford. And number 8, Jordan Fletcher. Substitutes, number 50, David Swaby. Alwyn Harvey, number 4, Evan Taylor, number 23, Shaquille Notice, number 22, Daniel Green, number 9, and Francois Swaby, number 16. The coach, Paul Davis. The assistant coach is Mr. Nigel Stewart. Now, let me give you the starting lineup now for the home team, which is Harbor View. And in goal, we have Tafari Chambers, number 13, number 5, Nicholas Beckett, number 29, O'Shane Staple, number 17, Ajani Talbot, number 6, Decoy Williams, number 21, Orlando Harding, number 8, Jabari Howell, number 25, Joshan Anglin, number 9, Bebito McDonald, number 18, Troy Nosworthy, number 10, Norman Campbell, number 43, substitute Akeem Smith, 22, Gerald Neal, 15, Romario Thompson, 14, John Luca Levy, 20, Mark Alves, as number 44 is Javon Basco and number 28 Sean Daly. Coach returning for his third stint as head coach here at Harbor View. First game in the third stint, Mr. Ludlow Bernard, the Kingston College Manning Cup coach, who won the Super Cup, the ISA Super Cup this season. Very successful at the schoolboy level, trying to replicate that now with his hometown club, Harbor View. So Harbor View get us underway here. Ball inside with Campbell. Ball played back, Harbor View, as we said, in yellow. Kicking from right to left. And Mount Pleasant early exchanges here. Kemar Beckford, who is second on the goal scoring charts here in the Red Stripe Premier League with 11 goals, has scored 8 goals in the last 9 games for this Mount Pleasant team, and has placed himself squarely in the goal scoring race. Head-to-head here between the two teams, 2 wins apiece after 4 meetings. Remember, Mount Pleasant, it's just their second season in the league. Harbor View, perennial front runners and one of the more prominent teams in the Red Stripe Premier League, has been here for ages. Here's Kessler and Hall inside to Benbow, who chips this one across now to Beckford. Can Beckford get off the shot? Skewed off the right boot and just going wide there. So first taste of action there, goal mouth activity for the man Beckford. In terms of this season, it was the first game of the season for both teams, and the Harbor View team, they came to Jacksall and managed to leave with all 3 points, winning that game 1-0. Mount Pleasant, very good form, and will want to stamp their authority on the game here this afternoon. The development here at Harbor View is that they have just changed. This is the 4th coaching staff that will be employed here at Harbor View. Ludlow Bernard, as we said earlier in the preview, now the new coach here, and lots left to be seen as to how well they will manage under this new coach. Referee O'Shane Nation here makes the early call, awarding a foul to the Harbor View team. So we are here in Harbor View, Eastern St. Andrew, and cool night here, always chilly breeze, very close to the sea here, hence the name Harbor View. Good view of the harbor as Decoy Williams trying to clear his lines. Ball now with Fletcher. Plays it back inside. Here is Mount Pleasant now trying to mount an attack. Kevin Isaacs, number 15-man national representative. Now Benbow tried to take it on the volley, and of course when you hear the noise, the sounds, that's the Mount Pleasant aggregation. We're loudest fans in this, the Red Stripe Premier League, and making some noise, making their presence felt early here in this encounter. As now ball is inside with Rodney, who chips it inside, comes across trying to pick out Hall. Cleared there by Harbor View. Makala comes through the back of the player, and referee Nation obliges, and the call will go to Harbor View. So that's the second free kick of the game to the Harbor View team, as it's inside with Beckett, the captain. Second game this season for Beckett, as he has been recovering from injury, but one of the veteran players here, maybe the only remaining player who would have been at Harbor View for over 5 years, as Hall now inside the box, cuts it back, trying to get the run off one of Mount Pleasant players, but Rodney does well now to dispossess. Ball comes across, finds Benbow, comes to the man Leng. Leng inside to Benbow. Benbow trying to get by his man, wanted a call from Nation. Referee not having it. Here's Harbor View now. Bebita McNally slides this one inside, cut out temporarily by the Mount Pleasant defense, and now they clear their lines through Rodney. McCullough will play a pass into Fletcher. Fletcher now wants to make the outside run as McCullough comes inside back to Rodney. Rodney passes, and Still Rodney. Now they're dispossessed by Harbor View, and tame shot there won't cause any problems for Kadeem Davis in goal for this Mount Pleasant team. Nasworthy there, the man getting the shot off. Here is Sule Makala. Chipped is inside. Comes back to Ricardo Campbell. Plays a square pass to Richie. Now with Leng. Leng looks upfield trying to get the run of Benbow, who is fouled. So Mount Pleasant are now given their first free kick of the game. Just over midway the Harbor View half, as coach Nigel Stewart, the assistant coach here, gives some instructions from the bench. So early action here in this piece, 4 minutes by our watch gone, and Mount Pleasant with a free kick that potentially could bring some fruit in terms of a goal here. So Leng is the man charged with the free kick, chips it inside. Goalkeeper punches, comes to Makala! Just shoots wide. That should have been 1-0. The goalkeeper came, he punched right into the path of Makala. Makala with the one-time effort, just past the left upright. And Harbor View lives to fight another day. Mount Pleasant really should have been 1-0 up there. But Makala shoots wide. Chambers, the goalkeeper there, came, punched, but punched into a body area. Makala, with all the goal to aim for, shot wide of the target. And early let off here for Harbor View as McDonald now plays this one inside. Harbor View trying to change the point of attack. It's with Talbot. Talbot comes forward now, plays a pass inside, comes to the man who is Howell, comes now across field to Harding. Harding dispossessed by Hall, but ball went out of play as stated by the official, and it's going to be a throw-in midway the Mount Pleasant half. Here is Norman Campbell. He was the danger man when Harbor View came to Jack Saul, and will have to be a man to watch tonight. Really clinical, and if he's given the chance in front of goal, could cause some problems as Harding plays this one back to Beckett. Beckett chips it over on the far side, trying to get the player going. Still Harbor View. Howell trying to challenge there, but cut out by McCallum. And so Staple and Howell seem to be operating on the right hand side for Harbor View, as Isaacs couldn't control, and throwing now to Harbor View. Here's Beckett, knocks this one across, comes to Staple. Staple back inside with Beckett. Beckett now chips this one forward, trying to get the run of the man who looks to be McDonald there, but Mount Pleasant cut it out. Here comes Harbor View. Still Harbor View on the ball. McDonald, but runs out of real estate and gives the throw back to the visitors from St. Anne, who since coming into the league has really been the talk of the town, and has made no bones about their presence. Always felt when Mount Pleasant is playing, whether at home or on the road. The stats say that Mount Pleasant are the best home team in the Premier League. Of their 40 points, 22 of those they have gotten on the road, with 7 wins and a draw. So that should tell you that coming here at Harbor View, their first game at Harbor View, they also won that game last season 2-1 with goals from Devon Hodges and the man Benbow. Here is Nasworthy trying to, Jabari Howell trying to get himself around Mount Pleasant defense has not been an easy feat all Premier League, because Mount Pleasant also boasts the best defensive record, conceding only 18 goals from 21 games, as this is game number 22. Here is Howell. Chips a ball inside, cleared by the captain, but only as far as Bebito McDonald, trying to get the run off Staple. Staple could not have, no, Staple is on the ball. Thought he wouldn't make it, but Kadeem Davis didn't do so well there. Tried to hold on to the ball, fell out of his hands, and it has resulted in the first corner kick for the hosts, which McDonald is lining up to take. So corner kick number 1 for either team in the 10th minute, as McDonald chips this one across. Let's go up and just pass the outstretched foot there, outstretched leg of Captain Beckett, and a half chance there because no contact made. But Mount Pleasant did not deal with that corner as they would have wanted, but the result is what they want, because still have preserved a clean sheet. Here is now the ball inside with Richie, square pass to Campbell. Campbell now moves up the left hand side, tries to chip this one over the top. Beckford falls to the turf. Referee Nation not interested. Now it's headed out by Isaacs. Comes as far as to Benbow. Now he's fouled. And Beckett, just a professional foul there. Beckett just coming back, as we said before, quite a veteran, and maybe not in the best physical condition. Could not allow speedy Benbow to turn, so just disrupted the flow of the Mount Pleasant attack. Here is McCullough to throw. Ball inside now, trying to go up the flank. Here is Benbow, and he has been all over the pitch, obviously playing a free role here, sometimes deep in the midfield, on the left side, on the right side. And here is now McCullough, beats his man nicely. Can he get across inside? Chips it inside. Harbor View does well with the first ball, and Campbell will clear up things as he gets it now to his teammate. Here comes Mount Pleasant breaking up that attack. Here comes Kessler and Hall. Hall now inside the box, still all chips inside and can't get the shot off. Still recovers, but will settle for the corner. So Mount Pleasant now with their first corner of the game, and Hall to take. Hall now chips it inside on the top of the D. Comes to Beckford. Beckford trying to clear his way to get a shot off. Yellow wall there prevented any danger as Hall now chips it to the near post for the run of Rodney, but no problems there for Chambers. Former Clarendon College goalkeeper, actually won the Acosta Cup with Clarendon College, as Campbell now being attended to by Leng, and Isaacs came over company. Howell seems to have handled the ball there, but nothing there as the shot is taken. That one high over the top by Joshua Angley. Pretty young Harbor View team here. Lots of 19 and 18-year-olds in this lineup. And Ludlow Bernard known to be a youth protagonist. So expect to see lots of youngsters in his setup. Former coach Stewart had some issues with some of their main players, Talbot and Luca Levy, who is now on the bench for Harbor View. Interestingly, Mount Pleasant, they also have two former Harbor View players in their ranks who are on the bench for Mount Pleasant today, Daniel Green and Evan Taylor. Taylor actually won the Premier League here with Harbor View. Vin Blaine being the coach at that time. So lots of subplots to this encounter. Mount Pleasant as a new team, the composition of the team would have primarily been players who would have been playing for the Premier League clubs. As this ball is played on the diagonal lateral, coming out to try to get to Sule McCullough. The pass played by the captain, Richie. McCullough, the first touch wasn't ideal, but did well to protect the ball and in turn win a throw. Here comes Jordan Fletcher, can't win the ball off McDonald. Now it's inside with Rodney. Rodney gets it to Fletcher, and offside is the call here. So in case you're just joining us, 13 minutes gone, 0-0 the scoreline here, no goals yet. It's Harbor View in 9th position. They are playing against Mount Pleasant, who are in 2nd position. 26 points for the Stars of the East. 40 points for the men in blue from St. Ann. Ball chip now for the run of Keslan Hall. Does well to control, passes back to Leng. Leng comes across and gets it to Rodney. Rodney now does well to get by one. Kenny, he wants to line up a shot, goes down under a challenge. And this should be a good opportunity for Mount Pleasant to breach this 0-0 barrier and put themselves on the score sheet. It's 26 yards from goal. Kevin Isaacs has scored one of these free kicks so far this season, and when he gets it right, he can cause problems for even the best goalkeeper on his day. And he would be hoping that tonight on this Monday Night Live game that he can get it right here. So Kevin Isaacs, the man, 4-man wall built here. 1, 2, 3, 4 Mount Pleasant players in and around the area. Leng has joined on the outside. Hall is also there. So now 6 Isaacs. Well built wall there. And Harbor View would have good walls because they are right beside Carib Cement. So lots of cement in that wall, and the wall has done its job as Ladale Ritchie pushes Campbell to the turf here, and referee nation just having a short word with them. And maybe he was just telling the referee that he was telling him Happy New Year. It wasn't really anything to cause concern. So Ritchie right at the half line chips this one across. Can't get Hall to connect. McCullough inside to Rodney. Rodney still with the ball, plays it now inside to Ben Bow, the everywhere man today. Comes back to Ben Bow, can't get an accurate pass. Does McDonald keep it in? No. So the throw is to Mount Pleasant. 16 minutes gone, 0-0 the score. Mount Pleasant in blue, kicking from left to right against the host Harbor View in yellow. Kicking from right to left as Fletcher tries to make that defense splitting pass. Didn't work there, as he has now officially come over on the right hand side. So he has switched with the man Ben Bow, who started on this right hand side, as the free kick is awarded to Mount Pleasant for the foul on Fletcher by Harding. As more spectators stream into the venue. As we said, Mount Pleasant coming into this final round of games in the second round. This is the final game of the second round. The format here, it's 3 rounds. Then the 4th round is a playoff round, the top 6. The 2 top teams rest, while the 4 remaining teams play in a playoff to join the number 1 and 2 in the semi-final and the finals. So it's a league playoff system. So they are heading into what is arguably the most important round, the 3rd round, where teams position themselves for strategic playoff spots. Here's the ball now chipped over, but only as far as Ritchie, who plays the long ball. Several long balls played by the Harbor View team, by the Mount Pleasant team rather. Not sure if this is one of the strategies of the coaching staff to test this young defense, as the ball now played high. Harbor View with a long ball of their own, dealt with competently by Ritchie. And ball now through the middle of the pitch. Here is Benbow now gets it across to Fletcher. Still Fletcher on the ball. Fletcher wants to come inside. Good organized shape, defensive shape here from the Harbor View team as Rodney places inside to Isaacs. Isaacs goes back to Leng. Leng now wants to get it inside, doesn't cross. Comes to Benbow, who does cross now. And Beckford not getting the purchase on that one as he wanted. So nothing really to trouble the Harbor View defense or goalkeeper. Here is Howell now trying to chip this one diagonally. Comes as far as to Campbell. That's a good ball. Campbell now running at the Mount Pleasant defense. And Black Deer seemed to be by his own player. And Rodney now will recover from Mount Pleasant as Isaac strips this one upfield. Hall does well to control. Now he gets it back to the man who looks to be McCullough. McCullough now inside. It's with Ricardo Campbell. Campbell across to Richie. Richie to Leng. Leng. Still Leng on the ball. Now back to Richie. Harbor View not pressing in the Mount Pleasant defensive third. Really starting the press from the middle of the field. So Mount Pleasant will enjoy at the moment. The possession is almost as this one comes back inside, was like a ping pong, but nothing there for Mount Pleasant to scrap as now it comes across with Campbell. Campbell now to McCullough. Back to Richie. Richie across to Leng. Leng chips it inside. Can't get Benbow going. Leng not sure where the ball was, spinning there like a proverbial gig as we call it in Jamaica. And free kick awarded now to Mount Pleasant. 20 minutes gone in case you're just joining us. Mount Pleasant second place in the league with a game in hand. This is their game in hand. 40 points. They are playing against the hosts, Harbor View, playing in yellow with 26 points. We are at the Harbor View Mini Stadium in East St. Andrew as the ball is headed out now. Comes as far as to Beckford. Beckford can't get by. Staple is tackled up there. Referee says fair challenge as the ball is slipped in, trying to get Norman Campbell going, but can't get there. And it's another free kick. Infringement there by Rodney. Angling the man with the tackle as the shot now straight into the arms of Kadeem Davis. No real threat there. And goalkeeper making it look tame in the end as we approach the 22nd minute here. 0-0 the score line. Campbell plays the ball outside, asking the referee to take a look at his teammate who's on the turf, and teams get the opportunity to get a water break and to get themselves rehydrated and re-energized. The player there on the floor looks to be Kemar Beckford. We will confirm. As 0-0 the score line, you're just joining us, haven't missed maybe the chance of the game. Came just in the second minute of play where the man Sule McCullough got that chance. So as he comes up from the turf, the injured player is in fact Cardell Benbow, and that challenge from angling may be telling as the coaching staff, especially of Harbor View, took the opportunity to just reassemble and revise, reinforce the strategy, whatever was needed in that short injury break. The next game for these two teams will be the same game at the same venue. So the first game of the third round, and you may ask why. What happens is that the first and the third rounds, the third round is a reverse of the first round. So if you were home in the first round, you would go away in the second round, in the third round. In the second round, it's random which is why this is the last game of the second round and it's been played at Harbor View. But come next week, it's a reverse of the first round. The very first game of the first round was at Jacksall, where Harbor View beat Mount Pleasant 1-0. And they will start the third round here at home Harbor View. So they're hoping to get a good result here tonight and to repeat it on Monday night according to the fixtures when these two teams meet again. So goal kick, the verdict here. Harbor View having lost their last game to Tivoli Gardens 3-0. Mount Pleasant, they won their last game versus Veer 2-0. So contrasting results from the last encounters. And Ludlow Bernard would want to make an early impression with his team here as they seek to move up the table. Winning tonight would not move them from 9th position, as Tivoli Gardens, they have 29 points with a better goal difference. And it's difficult to see Harbor View beating Mount Pleasant by more than 5 goals, as Harding now can't keep it in play and the throw will come to Mount Pleasant. So 24 minutes gone, 0-0 the scoreline. Here is Kessanal now, chips it across, angling, does well to collect here. And hasn't had much problems in terms of to save. The shots from Mount Pleasant have in the main been off target. 3 shots to goal, all off target, so the goalkeeper hasn't had much to do, but still needs to stay focused and concentrated in the game. Here comes now Campbell, danger man for Harbor View, going down the left hand side. Isaacs comes out for company. Campbell gets inside and gets a cross inside. McCullough didn't clear his lines properly with the first touch, but recovered in time. And Beckford pretty much just running through the player there. Was in the momentum. Referee, I don't think, will penalize him further than the kick, because no real malicious intent there. Just 2 players going for the ball. Beckford's eyes on the ball and ran through the player, so to speak. So 25 minutes gone. 0-0 the scoreline. Mount Pleasant traveling here to play Harbor View, the Stars of the East, as Harding now on the ball, chips it inside. Beckett, the captain, plays a ball inside, trying to get the man Talbot going, but here comes Fletcher. Fletcher now inside to Beckford. Beckford chips it for the runoff. Benbow, very speedy player, could keep it in play. Here's Benbow now. Can he get rid of the Harding? Harding does well to just keep his eyes on the ball and wins the ball off the man Benbow. And they're adjusting now to see who can keep it in play. Benbow now does well, gets it inside to the man Hall. Hall chips it across to Beckford. Beckford trying to turn to get off the shot. Rodney now goes further across and really sending the attack backwards. Rodney, not a good pass, but still maintaining possession here. Mount Pleasant. Possession stats show 60% in favor of Mount Pleasant, but truth be told, the Harbor View team have not been pressing high and has allowed Mount Pleasant to play ball chipped across, and won't be a problem again for young goalkeeper, as Harbor View wanting to counter, but early repossession here by Mount Pleasant. Ball comes across to Richie. Richie now looking to send Leng on his way. Does well. Leng get there. Now Leng chips this one inside. Beckford now trying to turn to line up the shot! Just wide again of that left upright. So the Mount Pleasant team, they have been going to that right side of the Harbor View goal, which is at the left upright. Right side relative to the goalkeeper, but the left upright. And Beckford must have seen goal number 12 as he lined up that shot, but needed to come to the right more by some centimeters as Rodney now comes forward trying to top out that one. Blocked by the Harbor View team. Here is Harding inside. Howell can't get the ball there as Isaacs does well, but now loses out to Harbor View. Beckett back to Harding. Harding now plays this one inside. Benbow can't intercept. Chips now inside. Here comes Harbor View now with an attack of their own. Ball inside. It's with the man. Howell still wants to shoot, but so Harbor View have been shooting high, and Mount Pleasant they have been shooting wide, and that's the story of the game so far. And if you're just joining us, that should tell you that we have no goals in this encounter after 28 minutes of action, as this one now is chipped over on the left hand side for the run of Beckford. Beckford, does he keep it in play? Yes, no, and no is the affirmative decision. That ball went out of play, and as a result Harbor View can get a throw in here. Nil all the score line. 29 minutes gone as Rodney now inside to Benbow. Benbow asking for support. Comes outside to Leng. Still Leng. Now tries to chip it inside. Cut out now by Beckford. Adding just one time to his captain. And Bebito McDonald now is running, trying to get Campbell, but cut out. Should be cut out. But Campbell does well to steal the ball off the man Leng. Here's Campbell. Chips it back inside to Beckett. Beckett now dispossessed by Rodney. Good tracking by the midfielders from Mount Pleasant in terms of getting back to support defensively, and so far the Harbor View team hasn't really got it going in terms of coordinating in building their attacks. Here is, looks to be the man Campbell, comes across to Benbow. Benbow now brings it to a walk, comes across to Leng, inside to Benbow, comes across to Beckford. Beckford across to Fletcher. Fletcher trying to get it back inside to Beckford. Harbor View does well again. Playing a low block, not committing early, but once Mount Pleasant is in possession, drop into two organized lines and shift across to block. And that's been the story of the first half so far, as centre back Campbell comes and plays to the wing back spectators. The Harbor View team spectators believe that the Harbor View team should be pressing some more, but this is an obvious strategy from the coaching staff here at Harbor View. Here is Makala now, plays it all the way back to Campbell. Campbell now chips it inside, headed out again. Decoy Williams, another veteran, would have left Harbor View, had a stint overseas, came back, was with Arnett Gardens, and now is back at Harbor View. As this one now is inside to Richie. Takes a while to get it under control, but now he does, and loses his footing as he tries to boot this one diagonally to get the run off Fletcher. Goalkeeper now gets this one to Harding. Harding not having a bad game in that left full back position is the young man Harding, and now he wins a free kick for the team. He was between four Mount Pleasant players and just put his body on the line there and won the free kick for his team. Here is free kick now to be taken. After 31 minutes, it's 0-0. Not a dull, not a bad game, but a game of missed opportunities. That's the story of the game so far, as free kick now to be taken by the man Howell. Two-man wall here set up by Mount Pleasant, and ball comes inside, coming to the near post, taken care of there by Mount Pleasant. Heads go up, still Harbor View managed to retain possession. Talbot just plays that one high long, right into the arms of Kadeem Davis. And after 32 minutes, I think Bernard would be the more satisfied of the two coaches. He's 4 days on the job, playing against coming into the league that would be the league leaders, and managing to be at 0-0 after 32 minutes could be something that they would have planned for. Offside, they called there, and McCullough, the man who ventured from the left full back position, got ahead of Fletcher, the striker, and was caught in the offside position. Free kick now to Harbor View. They boot this one now upfield. Comes as far as to Mount Pleasant. Here comes Beckford. Harding does well again to dispossess him. Talbot not taking any prisoners, as we say, and Campbell now relieves of the ball by Howell, but Leng does well to dispossess here. Ball now booted upfield, cut out by Harbor View, comes back to Mount Pleasant. Campbell now plays it across to McCullough. McCullough just boots it off the Harbor View player. Goal kick, the verdict after 33 minutes. It's Harbor View 0, Mount Pleasant 0. Harbor View in yellow, the home team here. We are at Harbor View, and Mount Pleasant in blue. Traveling aggregation from St. Anne, who are seeking to go atop the Premier League table to end the second round, but need to avoid defeat here to accomplish that. Here is Richie, captain, plays it across. Rodney now manages to bring it under control. Still Rodney. Back to Campbell. Harbor View spectators here vociferous, saying that the team should come up and press, but obviously playing to instructions. Beckford, nice ball there with the outside of the boot. On the outside is the man Fletcher, but deflection there off the boot of the defender Decoy Williams took some pace off the ball. So in the end, no problems for Sinclair in goal for the Harbor View team. Chambers rather in goal for the Harbor View team. First real goal mouth opportunity for Jordan Fletcher in this game. Hasn't had much, and really went for the shot there, but ball went under the foot of the right foot of Decoy Williams, which really took some pace off the ball, as now it's headed out by Harbor View and comes as far as to Campbell. So free kick, and lots of colorful words, just as the clothing of the spectators bear different colors, so is the language here inside the stands. Many persons seem to be familiar with the mothers of the coaches and the players, and all in the Jamaican vernacular handball there, as Benbow tried to just flip the ball over the head of the Harbor View player. Richie now gets a restart. Benbow, Leng, Beckford, still Beckford, dispossessed, Howell, McDonald, Beckett, Harding, dispossessed, Chambers now for Harbor View. Harding, still Harding now on the ball, plays this one across to Campbell, as Beckett now takes over, comes inside to Anglin. Anglin across to, as now still going down on the left hand side. Can he get the cross inside? And should be no problems here for Kadeem Davis, as he now bowls this one out to Fletcher. Fletcher now inside to Isaacs. Isaacs inside Beckford. So good transition here. Can Benbow get by the second defender? No, it doesn't get past Harding. Harding really has put in a good shift here for this Harbor View team, as Hall gives the return pass to Benbow. Benbow now comes back to Leng. Leng boots it long to no one in particular. Two Harbor View players on the back post there, and just a wayward cross here as McCullough plays it inside to Fletcher, who gives the return pass to McCullough. He's now being hounded by the defender, but he still manages to get the ball inside. Can Beckford get the shot off? No! Well blocked there by Harbor View. Really was positioning himself to let fly. Did get the shot off, but couldn't pass the wall of defenders as Fletcher now shoots wide with the right foot. Known for his prowess with the left foot, but trying to breach the Harbor View defense in a less conventional way, but no mileage there, no good walls being built by the Harbor View defensively. They have been well organized, obviously playing to a plan, and thus far, for the most part, it has worked. Here is Campbell inside to McCullough. Out now McCullough gets it to Benbow. Benbow back with Campbell. Still Benbow now coming deep. So you see him on the flanks. You see him in the top of the midfield. Now he's coming deep to receive the ball as referee nation agrees with McCullough that the throw is for the men in blue. So we are approaching the 40th minute here at Harbor View, and Leng with, it's hard to describe what Leng just did. Wasn't really under pressure. I'm figuring he wanted to square one time, but the amount of power that he put in that still probably would have ended up over the wall over on the left side. So really innocuous stuff there. Poor from the fullback for the Mount Pleasant team as Harbor View tries to break the line. Campbell recovers, comes back to McCullough. So we're telling you that the score is 0-0 here between Harbor View and Mount Pleasant. No goals in this encounter after 40 minutes. Best chance coming in the second minute to Sule McCullough, and he shot wide. Beckford also had a sniff, but he shot wide as well. And Campbell now dropping deep to get this one inside to McDonald, but his first touch was poor. Probably could have made something of it had he shown better quality with the first touch. Here is Roddy now trying to go up the field, but Harding, who has probably been the man of the match so far, giving nothing away. Isaacs can't control, and Harbor View will benefit from that situation. Lengdo, good recovery run to just box out Howell and Rodney now, they call him Ramos. Going down on that challenge, but it will only result in a throw-in to Mount Pleasant. Here is Richie. Still a screen pass to Campbell. Campbell now motors up the pitch and now goes diagonal. Mount Pleasant in possession. Here comes McCullough. Wants to get it across. Beats everybody and just comes straight into the arms of a thankful Chambers. No contact on that. Unofficially, we have 3 minutes to go. Just a short stoppage for Ben Bow. So not expecting much stoppage time here, as Ben Bow just trying to do too much there. Not as simple as was required in that situation, and lost out to McDonald, who has been doing well for Harbor View, coming off the ball as a striker, and have been oftentimes seen in very deep positions defensively. As what Campbell now, the man, has been switched. He was over on the left-hand side. Now he's on the right-hand side. Anglin now wants to keep the ball inside to get it across. Chipped inside, headed out by Isaacs, but straight into the path of Hall. Hall now gets the one to Fletcher. they want to make a counter attack here. Ben Boys motoring up the park, ball chipped across, but not enough quality there. Was for the run of Ben Bow, but inaccurate pass and just a goal kick. And as I alluded to earlier, from the 22nd minute or the 32nd minute, that Ludlow Bernard, for us, we think he would be the happier of the two coaches, having still not been breached after 43 minutes, and the defensive organization has been shown. Nonetheless, Mount Pleasant only have themselves to blame in terms of chances. They had a great opportunity with McCullough to at least have been 1-0 up. And as Odette Hamilton, the fourth official, she puts 1 minute on the board. So I suspected not much in it in terms of stoppages, as ball now played up with Fletcher. Can't get by the man there. And the referee says only a throw. So some of the spectators here thought that it would be a free kick going to the men in blue. Referee says no, and Staple is adjudged to have made a clean and fair challenge, and as such only a throw-in. And in the process of the challenge, the deflection came off the boot of Fletcher. So to add insult to injury, it's like rubbing salt in a wound. And referee nation has seen enough here, and it's half time. And at the Harbor View Mini Stadium, we give you the news that it's Harbor View 0, Mount Pleasant 0 after 45 minutes. It's 0-0 the score line. Join us in the second half as we will join you for more action.
Harbor View 0, Mount Pleasant Academy 0.
DJ log on to baddest.
Representing for one of my baddest DJ Lagan. Big up your bad self. Sure. First thing in the morning, when Lagan we go, him thank God for life. Everybody know Lagan are the best. You're way too blessed. Lagan are the best. The boy can't test. In my prime, when I crime, with the kind of sign, money for my mind, so another time. On the map, with the on the top, I'm in
DJ log on to baddest.
So we're getting ready here for the second half as we welcome you back for second half action here. It's the final game of the second